The Quran whispered from her phone as Amina hurriedly prepared for prayer in the janitor's closet. Outside, diners laughed over steaming plates of biryani, unaware of her tears. No one saw the stranger in the worn leather jacket watching silently. Karim Hassan, founder of Oasis Grill, who'd built his empire promising dignity for all. His eyes narrowed hearing his manager's voice. "Take off that hijab or take fewer shifts. Your choice, sweetheart." Part 1. Discovery. Karim had come undercover to the Phoenix location. Faded jeans, scuffed boots, and a Cardinals cap pulled low over his eyes. 10 years building a restaurant chain across the Southwest, and this was happening under his nose. The dining room buzzed with Friday night energy, but beneath the surface, something felt wrong. Staff moved with tense shoulders, whispering rather than talking, smiles vanishing the moment they turned from customers. "Just one?" the hostess asked, barely looking up from her station. "Bar's full. Booth okay?" Karim nodded, following her to a corner table with a partial view of the kitchen doors. Trevor Coleman, the manager, stood near the register barking orders. His white button-down shirt was crisp, his posture rigid as he surveyed the room like a commander inspecting troops. Amina hurried past with heavy trays, her deep blue hijab matching the restaurant's colors, eyes down. Another server tripped. Trevor glared but didn't help, instead calling out, "Careful, Danny! That's coming out of your paycheck." The food arrived quickly. The recipe was perfect, the presentation flawless. But the atmosphere felt toxic. When Amina rushed past his table, Trevor called out, "Table 12 is waiting, Amina! Stop dragging your feet!" His voice carried deliberately across the restaurant. After finishing his meal, Karim slipped down the back hallway and heard sobbing behind a door marked storage. "I can't keep doing this, Dahlia." Amina's voice broke. "He schedules me during prayer times deliberately. Yesterday he said my costume was scaring children." "You need this job," another voice responded. "Your brother's medical bills." "I know. But Allah tests us only as much as we can bear, and I'm reaching my limit. When I applied, they promised accommodation for prayer. Now I'm hiding like I'm doing something shameful." In his car, his knuckles white on the steering wheel, Karim called his CFO. "Sophia, we have a problem in Phoenix. Look into every complaint against Trevor Coleman, and call an emergency meeting for Monday. This stops now." Part 2. Investigation. The next day, Karim returned dressed more authoritatively in dark jeans and a button-down that subtly conveyed authority. The kitchen hummed with preparation activity, the rhythmic chopping of vegetables and sizzle of oil creating a culinary symphony. In the corner, he noticed a cook wincing as he reached for a pan. "You okay?" Karim asked Ali, noting the man's name embroidered on his chef's coat. "Yes, sir." "Fine." Ali straightened quickly, professional mask sliding into place. "Your back bothering you?" "Old injury from military service. Gets worse during long shifts. 3 tours in Afghanistan." "Did you request accommodation? Maybe an anti-fatigue mat or adjusted station height?" "Twice. Trevor said if I can't handle the heat of a professional kitchen, there's the door." Ali shrugged, attempting nonchalance that didn't reach his eyes. "My daughter starts college next year. I need the paycheck." Before reaching Trevor's office, Karim spotted Amina entering early. Today, her hijab was emerald green, her movement suggesting someone entering territory they considered hostile. "Amina?" She turned, startled, one hand automatically touching her hijab. "Yes, I'm Karim Hassan. Could we talk?" Recognition dawned in her eyes, quickly followed by fear. "Am I in trouble, sir?" "Not at all. Just gathering information." They sat at an empty table in the corner. Amina perched at the edge of her seat, hands clasped tightly. "How long have you worked here?" Karim asked. 8 months, sir." "Since opening day." Her voice was soft but clear. "And how has Trevor Coleman been as a manager?" Amina's fingers twisted nervously. "Mr. Coleman runs a tight ship." "Amina, I heard you yesterday." "In the storage room." Color drained from her face. "Sir, I didn't mean to complain." "I want to hear everything," Karim interrupted gently. "No consequences for honesty." Tears welled in her eyes. It started small. Comments about my hijab being intimidating. Then scheduled changes during prayer times. When I asked for 5 minutes for Zuhr prayer, he said I was demanding special treatment. "What else?" "He gives me the worst sections. Tells customers they might be more comfortable with another server." She straightened, dignity overcoming fear. "My brother needs these benefits. Heart condition since childhood." "Why a storage closet for prayer?" "Trevor said my prayer makes others uncomfortable." She checked her watch. I need to start my shift. As she walked away, Kareem saw Trevor watching them with narrowed eyes. His phone buzzed. Found 6 complaints against Trevor in 8 months. All mysteriously resolved. Part 3. Confrontation. Trevor stood behind his cluttered desk, thumbs hooked in his belt loops, a practiced expression of welcome on his face. Mr. Hassan, what an honor. If I'd known you were coming, that was the point. Kareem cut him off. Please sit. The office was small, employee schedules plastered one wall, inventory sheets another. Kareem remained standing, one shoulder against the wall. How long have you managed this location? Kareem asked. 8 months. We've exceeded revenue targets by 12%. And employee turnover? Within industry standard. Restaurant work has natural attrition. Interesting because we've had 6 formal complaints against you. Trevor's face darkened momentarily. Staff will always complain when you enforce standards. No, we're running a business built on respect. That's what Oasis means, a refuge. Our turnover across all locations averages 17% annually. Phoenix is at 39%. All due respect, sir, but Phoenix isn't like your other markets. Customers here have expectations. What expectations would those be? Trevor leaned forward confidentially. Demographics. Brand image. I'm protecting your investment. By discriminating against Muslim employees? By denying reasonable accommodations? That's an exaggeration. I simply ensure our presentation aligns with customer preferences. Show me data indicating customers prefer non-Muslim servers. It's not always about data. Look, certain appearances make customers uncomfortable. Kareem's patience snapped. I founded this company after being told I didn't fit the image of an upscale restaurant. My mother wore hijab every day while raising me alone after my father died. Picking up Amina's performance review marked needs improvement, Kareem demanded, show me the customer complaints about her. Trevor fumbled. They're mostly verbal. I've seen the surveys. 4 mentions of Amina, all positive. One family drives from Scottsdale specifically requesting her section. Trevor stood suddenly. This is a restaurant, not a mosque. My job is profit, not pandering to... Choose your next words carefully, Kareem warned, voice dangerously quiet. Kareem called in Dahlia, who confirmed Trevor had threatened retaliation for her HR complaint about Amina's treatment. The evidence was overwhelming. You're done here. Security will escort you out. As Trevor stormed out, staff members gathered in the hallway stared in disbelief. Amina watched from near the host stand, her expression a mixture of fear and fragile hope. Part 4, Transformation. Sunday morning arrived with golden light streaming through the windows. Kareem had spent most of the night reviewing employee files and complaint records. The picture was worse than he'd imagined. At 8:30, staff gathered awkwardly in the dining room. Amina arrived last, standing near the back, her hijab framing a face tight with anxiety. Kareem stood before them. Yesterday revealed problems that contradict everything Oasis stands for. He paced slowly. 10 years ago, I opened our first location with a promise. Dignity for all. Somewhere we failed you. Kareem introduced Maya Rodriguez, their new interim manager, then announced immediate changes, converting the manager's office into a proper prayer room, reviewing all accommodation requests, implementing an anonymous reporting system, mandatory sensitivity training, and creating a diversity advisory council with real authority. This isn't just damage control, he emphasized. This is about becoming who we always claimed to be. After the meeting, he approached Amina. I want to apologize. What you experienced was unacceptable. My faith sustained me, she said simply. In the Quran, it says with hardship comes ease. I have a proposal. We need someone to lead our diversity council, someone who understands both accountability and compassion. Me? But I'm just a server. You have life experience. This position comes with a significant raise, flexible hours for your brother's care, and direct reporting to our COO. Tears filled Amina's eyes, but these were different from before. I don't know what to say. Say you'll help us become what we always claimed to be. 2 weeks later, Kareem stood in the newly created prayer room. The space was simple but beautiful. Clean carpet, a wash station, prayer rugs available, and a compass marking Qibla direction. A small plaque beside the door read, All Faiths Welcome. Amina stood beside him in her new role, professional in a modest pantsuit with her hijab elegantly draped, her clipboard filled with notes. "This is just the beginning," she said. "Ali's back is improving with his new schedule, but we have work to do at other locations." In the dining room, now buzzing with genuine energy, staff smiled even when not serving. Near the window, a family specifically requested Dahlia's section, their young daughter excitedly asking Amina questions about her hijab. "Your hijab is so pretty," the little girl was saying. "Very special," Amina replied, kneeling to the child's level. "It reminds me of what's important." This, Karim thought as he watched, is what an oasis truly looks like. Outside, the restaurant's sign gleamed in the Arizona sun, Oasis Grill where all are welcome. Finally, the promise was becoming reality. Enjoying our stories? Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you won't miss any of our upcoming content.